as it is like now.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. Today we have topic importance of will. Will is the one thing that we are aware, or some of them you can say I'm not aware, but it is very important. It is just like the warning, like when we are driving car, all we are aware. While driving car, we have not to pick mobile phone. In spite of that, because picking mobile phone is the dangerous for driving. In spite of that, every driver, whether you and me, we takes or we receive some call while driving, whether through mobile, whether we are accepting call by Bluetooth or loudspeaker or anywhere, but we are picking phone. So picking phone while driving is the dangerous. So that is just like the importance of will. We are aware what is the will. Some of them they can say, I'm not fully aware, but I have heard something. In spite of that, they all of you have not make plan for will. So that is the one of the most significant example I have to share with you. That is the reason that today I have taken topic importance of will. So if you have thought process, yeah, what is the importance of will, and yeah, I was aware but I have not created. So if you have any thought, you can share on chat box or you can discuss with me first thing. And so before starting importance of will, now it is the just nearby Deepavali. So Deepavali में माँ लक्ष्मी is saying something. Something is that कि माँ लक्ष्मी is saying कि she is goddess of wealth. So she is saying कि we have to earn money, we have to hold money so we can transfer next generation. Once we don't have money, so we cannot transfer money to next generation. So it is the most important thing we have to earn as well as we have to hold. The first is creation of wealth. We have to create money, we have to create wealth, and wealth can be created by active income as well as the passive income. When we are working for business, when we are working for job, and when we are spending full time to earn money, that is called active income. And what is the meaning of the passive income? When we are paying very less attention, or we are just given the 5 to 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, and we are earning some income, that is called passive income. Like I have 1 lakh rupees in bank account, like fixed deposit of the 1 lakh rupees, and whether we are going to check bank every day? No, we are not going to check bank every day, whether it is the Sunday, whether I'm getting the money. Definitely, because if I have deposited, I have make the fixed deposit for 1 lakh rupees. After 1 year, it will be the 6%, 7%, whatever the percentage bank is providing to me. I will get such kind of the interest. Okay, so that is the passive income. Key, I had taken only one effort. I have gone, I have visited bank. I have searched 5 to 10 bank, which is giving the maximum rate of interest, and I have choose. So I have spent on maximum 1 day, and the whole year I am earning 6 to 7%. So that is called the passive income. So Mahalakshmi is saying first you have to create wealth, then utilize wealth. Whatever money you have, within the application of the financial rule, you have to utilize money on your friends, on your livelihood lifestyle, on society. And if you want to give some donation, then you can make donation. So it is a utilization of wealth. Like suppose that my salary is 1 lakh rupees per month, whether I can afford or I can buy house of the 5 crore, 10 crore, 20 crore. No, that is not possible. The maximum, if my salary is around 1 lakh rupees, the maximum I can go for the 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 1 crore, 1.5 crore maximum. Okay, so that is the financial rule. Okay, whenever and whatever we have income, we have to spend as per that. And suppose that any my income is around 25,000, 30,000 per month, whether I can go 5-star hotel to have dinner, lunch in a once in the month or twice in a month? No, that is not possible, because in the 5-star hotel it is the cost around 2,000, 3,000 per plate. And if I'm spending 2,000, 3,000 per month for the single time food, that is not possible, because within the 20, 25,000, 30,000, I have to run my family. Okay, so that is the financial food. The earning money is the one thing, utilization money is the another thing, and last one is the holding of wealth. That is the succession plan. Once we have the wealth, so definitely we will transfer to the next generation. So creation, utilization, and holding of wealth, that Mahalakshmi is saying ki you have to hold for the next future, next generation. Holding of wealth is important for the next generation emergency. Suppose that after retirement, after 58, 60, I got some medical emergency. Then what will happen? If we have holding, we have the wealth, we have money, then it will work for me and for the future situation. And in the future, we are not aware what kind of the situation, what kind of the depression, what kind of the financial crisis is going to come. Okay, so that will help if we have the money. And last one is the protection from the fraud. We are we are heard about the fiscal fraud as well as the cyber fraud. Okay, so once we have the, suppose that I have the wealth of the 1 crore, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 5 CR, and there is a some call is coming like cyber fraud is coming, and I have lost 5 lakh rupees, or I have lost the 1 crore rupees. Then what is the meaning of the holding that wealth? So we have to make the protection ourselves from fraud. Now, so now moving on will or on succession plan. The meaning of will is the legal declaration a person makes about the way they want their property managed or distributed after their death. मतलब anyone who is thinking कि मैं अपने प्रॉपर्टी का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करना चाहता हूँ बट आफ्टर मी, मतलब once I am not available in world, I'm not in world, then how my property will be distributed, that is called will. And during the lifetime, suppose that I have the three property and I have the two son, or I have the one son, and I want to distribute within among the my son, spouse, my sibling, etc., all those things, then it is the gift, it is not a will. Will is the one word, or will is effective, affected once I am not more in world. जब मैं मर जाता हूँ, या anyone who is not available, or uh, demises of that particular person, then will become the effective. Okay, so that we have to understand कि legal declaration है a person makes about the way. This is the one way where a person makes the want कि he wants the their property managed or distributed. कि manage मतलब दे दो, I want to distribute or I want to manage. Suppose that my kids is 5 years, 10 years, and I want to write a will. Then I have to write a will कि since now my children or my kids is around 5 years, 10 years, and they are not able to take the financial decision, so I want to appoint a trustee, or I want to appoint a executor, my brother, my parent, might be possible my friend, might be possible my professional colleague like doctor, engineer, or suppose that advocate, chartered accountant, anyone. And I have given the right to utilize to manage my property and all benefit given to my kids till 25 years here. And after 25, he will not be executor, and my whole property will be transferred to my kids. Okay. So that is the way. So that's why it is the written key. It is the declaration where you can distribute or you can manage your property after death. So I hope you got my point, what I want to say. And there is a few frequent asked question in everyone mind, like whether will के लिए रजिस्ट्री जरूरी है, will has to register for the validity. Can I amend or redraft or amend my will? If I have the one children, then what is the need of will? How will can we challenge? What is the best way? Notary will, registered will? Can I write the joint will? Like in the property, we are purchasing the property in name of the husband as well as the wife. So it is the joint property. So whether it is the possible to write a joint will. There is the one more thing. Whether I have to disclose will to anyone, I have to spend, I have to keep will in separate place. What happen if the witness die before testator? Suppose that I have written one will, or I have make two, three witness, like one witness my friend and one witness is my driver. Let's assume, or anyone, any of my driver or my friend has died before me. Then what I have to do? whether I have to redraft my will, or that will is the effective because I am the alive. Okay, so that we have to understand. Can I write the will for my parental property? There is some myth in our society. Okay, if any property we are receiving from parent like dadaji, pardadaji, or it is the khandani property, or you can say inherent property. So for that I cannot write a will. That is the automatically will transfer to my kids or my next generation. So there is a such kind of domain. And suppose that I have written one will. I have written one will. I have two kids and I have 50%, 50-50 equal distribution to my both kids. Okay. So whether it is the possible, I can transfer that property to anyone before my death. Suppose that, as I have told to you, I have the two houses. I have two kids. So I have transferred one house to kids one and one house to kids two. Suppose that I want to transfer, I want to sell out my whole property to anyone, or I want to donate before my death, whether I can do or not, because anyone you can say you have mentioned in will, and so you are not you cannot sell or you cannot donate because you are bounded by will, and as per will this property will transfer to your kids. So whether it is the possible or not, so that we will discuss. Apart from that, can I have the two will at a time, and what is the probate, and what is the process of the, and apart from we have discussed the some few question, and after uh, apart from that you have the some more question. Okay, so that you can write. And now I will start my presentation, and if you have any doubt you can ask question, because I am here to clear your doubt. If you are aware, if you are aware about the succession plan, you are aware ki yeah, will is the important. In spite of that, if I am asking to you ki Mr. X, had you created your will? Then your answer is no, sir, I have not created. Then I will ask, what is the reason? So I have I had the some thought process, or I have discussed with some person. Then I got one conclusion. Why not person is not making will? There is the one character inside me. All we are aware a story of the Mahabharata, where the Arjun, Krishna, Bhispitama, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, or Yudhishthira, etc. All those things. But there is the one character that is called Bhispitama. So if we think we are the Bhispitama, we have boon of ichha mrityu. Whenever we think we will die, and without my permission, uh, there will be no die, or there will be no nothing happen with me. But actually, it is not possible. So that is the one reason ki we don't write a will, because we are the Vishpitama, we have the bone of the Ichha Mritu, and suppose that I am on the ICU, or whenever I will think the moth will come, and I will go for the die or etc. all those things. Before that, I will write my will and I will transfer my property to my kids. So that is the one thing. So that is the one character is coming inside. That is the Vishpitama. That is the one reason we are thinking. And another character in our mind कि I am the Raja Dasrath, and we have the kids like Ram and Bharat. कि if I will transfer the whole property to Ram, so Ram will give the property to Bharat, and if the whole property is transferred to Bharat, then he will devoted to Ram, so he will transfer to Ram. So that is the two characters is coming inside us. That is the reason we are not drafting, we are not planning will, or we are not getting the succession plan. But it is the Kalyug, and that is the one truth, but we are not aware when it will come. And again, in the today life, no one can say ki my kids is the Ram and Bharat. It is not possible. At least I have not seen. Might be possible you have seen your kids in the Ram and Bharat, then it's very good, and you can enjoy your life without writing your will. There is no issue. Now today we are going to discuss about the 3W of the will, that is the why, when, and what. So I hope that you got the some clue about the 3W. Then we will understand what is the element of the will. Then I will provide the some bonus tips to you. What is the taxation of will? Suppose that I receive some property from my father, there is the one relative who is not my close relative. Suppose that my mamaji or my cousin mamaji. My mother has the one cousin brother, and he is not married, and cousin of my mother is staying with us, and after that he has transferred the whole property to me. So what is the taxation? Suppose that I am receiving property from my father, then you can say कि when you are getting the property from your father, then there is no taxation. Chalo, it's okay, because we have never heard कि whatever the property is coming from parent, anyone has given the tax. It's okay. But when I am receiving the property from my cousin mamaji, cousin brother of my mother, so what will the treatment of that property? Whether it is the taxable, whether it is the exempted, and if it is the taxable, then what is the rate of taxes? Like 20%, 30%, 10%, full rate of tax, 50%. That we have to understand. Portfolio audit, and last May I will give the some sample for the drafting of tax and drafting of will. So what is the need? There is the suppose that you have the business and your kids is not interested. Suppose that I have created the one business and my kids is not interested in my business. Then I have to draft my succession plan so that my business will be run by the some professional, and whatever the profit is coming from that business will transfer to my kids. Or I have the two kids. One is the interested, one son or one kid is not interested. Okay, then how I will distribute my personal property? How I will distribute my business property? Suppose that my kids who is the interested in the business, I have not transferred business to who is interested. I have given the whole business to my those kids. He's not interested, and I have transferred the other property equivalent to my business to the my kids who is interested in business. So what will happen? My business will be collapse. Reason is that कि जिसके पास इंटरेस्ट था, my kids who was the interested to run business, I have not transferred to him. So that it will create problem. Sometimes we have seen kids is settled abroad. If kids is the settled abroad and I have transferred the 2 3 immovable property in India, then it will be the very difficult to sell for him, because we are aware that real estate property is not able to sell. At least you have to spend 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So we have to understand the importance of the will, and we have to see ki how we can transfer property so that ki there will be no confusion in my family. Equitable shares. Since 2005, son and daughter had the equal share. And suppose that you are thinking कि your daughter is the married and she is happily married, and there is no issue for the financial. Then you are interested कि यार, why not I transfer the whole property to my son and I don't want to transfer to my daughter? Then you have to write a will. If you have not written the will, then after you, your daughter has the equal right in your property. So that you have to understand the importance of the will. And last one is the disproportionate. That, and I have not already disclosed to you कि son and daughter have the equal right. Now you want to disproportionate, or you want to give the some part, or you want to give nothing to your daughter. Then you have only one tool, that is called will. Otherwise, without will, you cannot do like that, whatever you are thinking. Suppose that you want to donate or you want to help someone. Let's assume I have one driver and he has served around 15 to 20 years with me. I'm aware after me, my kids will not keep this driver. Then I'm thinking, okay, I have the total property of the 5 CR. I want to donate, I want to give 5 lakh rupees to my driver so he can start any business, he can purchase any car, or he can do whatever he want to do. Okay. So if I have not written will, what will happen? My whole property will transfer to my kids. And I am 100% sure that once the property will transfer to my kids will not give the single money. My kids will not give the single money to my driver. So once I have the written will and I have mentioned that my driver is eligible to take the 5 lakh rupees from my whole property, and it is my last will, so my kids cannot stop. if my kids is not interested, might be possible my kids and driver can get the some mediation and they can settle कि चल 5 में नहीं मान भाई तू 2 लाख ले ले 1 लाख ले ले, because if my kids will not give, तो my driver will go court. Okay, then it will the waste of time for the both side. So might be possible कि my kids will agree for the 5 lakh or my kids will agree for the 2 lakh 3 lakh 4 lakh, कुछ तो दे देगा, because if I am not involved, so I cannot do anything. So that we have to understand कि if you want to donate, if you want to help someone, then you have to write will. Mutation of property, share transfer and mutual fund. In the you have the real estate property, then it will is helping making the mutation of the property. Suppose that property in my name, and after me definitely that property has to have the process of the mutation to my kids. Okay, whether it is the son or daughter. So once I have written the will and I have mentioned about my family, I have written कि my whole property will be transferred to son 1, son 2 and daughter 1 in the equal portion. Okay, then it means कि I have 3 legal here. So when my kids will go court for the mutation of the property, it will be very easy to make mutation of the property. Otherwise, it will get the some problem. Death or divorce of the kids. In the today time, nobody is aware, nobody can claim कि I'm very good and there will be no issue of the like divorce or etc. in my marriage, because divorce is the common thing and it's happening everywhere. It is the middle class or anyone. Okay, then in the divorce, what's happened? You have to give the lots of the alimony money or etc. So with the succession plan, you can make and you can make sure कि minimum to minimum money will transfer to your uh, daughter-in-law or whatever the situation you are, in the you can safeguard your family asset through succession plan or through will. So now I will discuss some example with you. So I hope you got my point what I want to say. The first thing is that I am giving the one example. If any male is the married, any male, suppose that I am male and I am married and I have not written will, so my whole property will transfer to my mother, wife and children. Till time, if you have not attended my class, so you have understand one thing, कि any male who has the property, the whole property is transferred to wife or whole property is transferred to kids or maximum wife to kids. But no one has think my mother is also right to claim property in my property. Okay, suppose that my mother is alive or I am not. So my one portion of the my property will transfer to my mother. So that is the one thing that we have to understand. Just 1 second. So there is the one thing कि I have, suppose that I have the 3 crore property, some bank account, FD, shares, one real estate, everything. Definitely, I have one mother. I will have one wife, and kids can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's assume I have one mother, one wife, and one kids. Then my whole property will be transferred into 3 category equal. Matlab my mother is also eligible for 1 CR, my wife is also eligible for 1 CR, and my kids is also eligible for 1 CR. So if I want to protect my property from mother, so we have to write a mail. We have to write will. Otherwise, whatever the property is belongs to me, that will be distributed to my mother. And once my mother is the property owner, then after death of my mother, this property will be distributed among my sibling. So my property has distributed through my mother to my sibling. So if you want to distribute, you want to donate your property to your sibling, then it's okay. You don't want to make the will. It's okay. Very good. Otherwise, you want to protect, you want to stay with your property, with your wife, your kids will enjoy. Then you have to understand the importance of will and you have to do. If there is the mother is not available, wife is not available, and there is no children, then your whole property will transfer to your father. And in suppose that your father is also not available, then your property is transferred to your first sibling. And suppose that you are a lone child, then your parental family like Tauji, Dadaji, and cousins, etc. All those things. If there is no one from your dadi side, your parental side, then money is transferred to your maternal side. Like नाना नानी है तो नाना नानी के पास जाएगा. Then you have to check मामा मौसी है तो जाएगा, नहीं तो उनके kids के पास जाएगा. If no one involved, like there is no kids and there is no cousin from the parental side, there is no relationship from the maternal side, then whole property will transfer to government of India. Okay. Now, if you are the female and you are the married, so your property has the first right has the husband and children. Okay, whatever you have the property, so your right will have the husband and children. Suppose that there is no children, then whole property will transfer to husband. And suppose that husband and you die at a one time. So if you have the one kid, two kids, three kids, so that property will be transferred. And suppose that due to any reason, ki husband, kids, and you are driving somewhere, and all three is not available involved. Then what will happen? Because first transfer is gone to husband and children. Then you, your husband and children is also die with you. Then your whole property is transferred to your husband family. Like all property will be within the your social. Like if your in-laws is present, तो वो सास ससुर के पास पैसा जाएगा. If your in-laws is not available, then sibling your husband like देवर ननद इनके पास ये पैसा जाएगा. ब्रदर इन लॉ, सिस्टर इन लॉ या उनके किड्स के पास जाएगा. बट योर प्रॉपर्टी विल नॉट ट्रांसफर टू मायके साइड, योर parental side. If there is no relative in your family side, husband family, then your property will transfer to your मैटरनल साइड, मतलब योर ओन पेरेंट. जहां पर आपके मदर फादर जिंदा है तो उनके पास जाएगा, अगर सिबलिंग है तो उनके पास, एनी अदर. तो दैट इज द वन सिनेरियो वेयर आई हैव द डिस्क्लोज टू यू. एंड दिस इज द वन स्लाइड वेयर यू कैन इजिली आइडेंटिफाई कि व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन, कि किस सिचुएशन में हमें प्रॉपर्टी कहां पर जाता है. तो दिस इज द वन थिंग दैट यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई एंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि what is the importance of will. So now till time, if you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question till time, कि how property is distributed as per will, and suppose that I am the married male and I have written will, then my whole property will be transferred as per will. But this is the situation when I am not written will, because as per Hindu Succession Act, it is the written कि if any male or any female who has not written will, then the property will be distributed as per Hindu Succession Act Schedule 1. And Schedule 1 is saying the such kind of the class. If first property is transferred, this one, if this class of relative is not available, the property will be transferred to second generation, third generation, to fourth step. Okay, so this is the one scenario. Now, I will I will discuss one important thing with you. कि how you have to create create a will. First thing you you list your asset. First element to write a will is the listing of your asset. The first element is first asset is the immovable property. Suppose that I have one flat, two land, etc. So I have to write whole list of the immovable property. And movable property, suppose that I have gold, I have a car, or I have the any other mobile property. Okay, I have the watch, etc. All those things. Then IP asset. Suppose that I'm running the YouTube channel, or I have the copyright. I have written the one book and I have the copyright, or I have the patent. I have a trademark. So this property, royalty of this trademark, patent, will go to my son one, son two, son daughter one, my spouse, and who will take the benefit after me. And digital asset. I have created Instagram, I have created Twitter, and I am earning some money. Then who is the beneficial, and whatever the money is coming after me, who will enjoy that income? Okay. And last one is the financial asset. Like uh, uh, you can say shares, you can say fixed asset, you can say FD, you can say saving account, etc. All those things, shares, mutual fund. Okay. So this you have to create the list. Once you have the asset list, then you can say कि now I want to transfer to my relative. The relative can be you want to transfer your spouse, you want to transfer your kids, you want to transfer your parent, you want to transfer your sibling, you want to transfer your some domestic helper, you can say servant, some NGO, that as per your wish. So one thing you have to understand why it is the important to uh, uh, write a will, that I have to discuss with you. And what is the first step? First step is creating list of asset, and second list creating list of the beneficiary. Suppose that I have two sons, I have three sons, and I don't want to give the any portion of the my property to son three, then I have to create कि भाई मेरे पास इतनी प्रॉपर्टी है एंड आई वांट टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट बिटवीन सन वन एंड सन टू, एंड आई एम discarding, or you can say कि I am removing my son three from my whole property, right? Reason कि he is not owing, he's not a standby family value, like he became the foreigner and he married the foreigner girls, and our family doesn't allow, and we have created ki you are the out of the family. So if there is a such kind of the situation, or there is a suppose that my son three is a very rich, he got the very good job, okay, and when there is a, some financial help to me and he has not helped me, then I can discard, I can remove, I can remove some three from the my property. So that we have to understand. First, we have to create the type of asset and type of the relative where how much amount I want to give. So that we have to understand. So I hope today I have to discuss something that is the some useful to you. And if you have any question related to will, related to succession plan, then you are most welcome and you can ask any question.
Thank you, Manishi. You have updated the the session, and it was really good to see some more you know new aspects of creating wealth. Meena ji, Rajven, do you have any question? You have to unmute.
And one more thing I want to say, anyone will say, or anybody can will say that one particular thing, कि Manish, आज से पहले our parent has not written will, our parent has not made the succession plan, but we have received the whole property of my parent. Definitely you have received, and in future it will happen, but you can connect all those things कि आज से 15-20 साल पहले there was no such as the Aadhaar, there was no such as the technology. So once we have the Aadhaar card and you have purchased any property, आज से 20 साल पहले, now we are in the 2025, and 2010 2008 से पहले there was when we have buy the property and we want to purchase in name of the my wife, so there is no need to come my wife. मैंने सिर्फ वहां पर कोर्ट में नाम लिखवा दिया कि मेरी वाइफ इनको इतने प्रॉपर्टी उनके नाम पर होगा, साइन भी कोई कर देता था, ओके. बट इन द टुडे सिनेरियो, if I want to purchase in name of my wife, then my wife has to go court, otherwise this property will not be come in name of my wife. So what I want to say कि due to the technology, due to the problem creating in the future, okay, so that is the need of, because sometime after some time court can say or bank will say कि we need your will. So if you have not created will, then it will create in future. So it is the demand of future, and you have created and you have taken the importance of the will, then it will protect yourself. Otherwise your kids, your beloved will have the some more problem. Reason is that definitely your kids is the eligible and he will get your right, but which will, if she has to go court once time for the creation of the legal here, and without will he has to go the 5 to 10 times court to get the legal here. So that you have to understand what kind of the facility you want to give your spouse, your kids. Yeah. So I hope Savana ji ki if I have any question we can discuss, otherwise we can close.
Manish ji, thank you so much for your explanation. Okay, my perception of will is, one is when you when you pass, when you are before a couple of years, like it's better to set a will early in the age, because you don't know what happens. So my question is this: if um if okay, what's the difference between will and living will? Is it advisable to have living will, as in what? Of course, parents are your guardians, but living will means what the siblings should do. Yeah, for the other sibling, what to care, or I'm not talking about property. I'm like, property also is important, but uh, in the sense that power of attorney could uh, should it should yeah it, what's your advice on that?
Yeah, so, Rajvin, can you explain one more time? Just I didn't get exact question. Can you explain one more time?
See, uh no will is always when will is always better to have it when you are in preparation, because you don't know what would happen, right? So it's better, but is it better to have a living will also, as in what your family members can do now, or is it better just to have one? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rajvin, give me some time because your question I have to check. Okay, and most probably next time I will answer to you. So right now, uh, there is something I have to search about your question. Then I will discuss with you.
Okay. Maybe perhaps in the next session. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you, Manishi, and thank you, Rajvan. Uh, I think we don't have more questions, but it was really very self-explanatory. Thank you,
Yeah.
Manishi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank, and see you all